feel like we've just done a podcast before the podcast.
That was a podcast before a podcast.
It was.
Yeah.
So we've spoke before, but this is actually the first time we've met.
Yeah.
So for anyone in my audience who might not be aware of who you are and what you do, give a bit of an overview of who you are and what you do.
Who I am, what I do. Okay. So I'm Natalie Ormrod. I've got a property company with one of my best friends, Pippa. We do block management. It's called Carrick and Reed Property Management. I'm also a business and life coach. I've helped mentor children for the last couple of years, sort of 14 to 16 years of age, and I've helped a number of people set their business up and encourage them to do what they want to do. And I think, that's probably it in a tiny nutshell, but it's probably more extensive than that.
We were saying before we started recording that property and life coaching seem like sort of polar opposites in terms of like stress level.
Oh yeah, completely, yeah.
So tell me a little bit how you balance that.
Oh God, do I balance it? I probably don't. It's property is very, very stressful. But the days that, there's some days, we have a laugh in the office. We've got a great team. So, we are, as much as we say property can be boring on days and stressful, we do try and sort of like put a spin on it and get through the day. It's just how you deal with your stress levels. I've been stressed in my 20s and 30s. I'm now in my 40s and I just deal with it a little bit different to what I did years ago. So I don't, I probably, as I say, stress years ago, I'll probably let it affect me more. Whereas now I just don't. The life coaching, completely different. That's like I wouldn't say a hobby, but that's a lot. There's no stress, I would say, on that side.
Would you recommend going into property for someone?
I'd say it's what I recommend. I don't know actually. Yeah, I would say if you enjoy property, I think you've got to have a real backbone. You've got to be strong-willed. I think you've got to ensure you're in the right industry and you're in, there's multiple personalities you're dealing with. There's different elements of property. I mean, we're in block management specifically. You're dealing with people on a daily basis. If you're not a people's person, then I would say probably no. As my business partner would say, we're in block management, but it's people management sometimes. So if you're definitely not a people's person, I'd say stay away. But it can be an exciting career and people do love property. It's not that I don't not love it. It's just, it does have that element of, days where it can be a bit stressful.
Yeah, I get it. You know what? I love doing this podcast because I get to speak to so many cool and interesting people. And because they're everywhere. Like me and you didn't know each other before we got introduced, and like it's so interesting. The conversation we've had straight away is so interesting.
I thought you were secretly filming, to be honest.
Because we're it's gonna go viral now. But it's one of them, like, because we're both from like a coaching background.
Yeah.
I do like to kind of keep my ears to the ground with the coaching world, just because I was in it for so long. Yeah. It's funny because I worked for a housing company, like I was telling you, and I was made redundant in the recession. And I quickly realised that sort of 9 to 5 thing wasn't like the safest thing. Yeah. And how it kind of transpired, I was there just over 5 years. I think it was like 5 years and like 3 months or something. Yeah. But that entitled me to a payout. Anyone under 5 years didn't get the payout. Oh no. And I was like, I just tipped over. I was lucky in a way. But I think at the time, I think it was like 2 months' salary for what was on. Bear in mind, I was 21 years old. And I think I got £3,800.
That was probably a lot of money back then as well. Yeah. That's probably twice, 3 times.
I was balling out of control.
Yeah.
£3,500.
Yeah.
So basically, it was like leading up to Christmas. I had £3,500 and I had my credit card, which was like £800. Yeah. And that was it at the time.
Does everyone get good Christmas presents? No.
But what I quickly realised was, like, I was like, let's like go out and party and go to the pub and all that. And then it was just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm working. Yeah. But there was no other jobs in construction at the time because it was completely.
That was when I came out of, I didn't come out of uni then. I'd done my masters. So we were just at the tip of the recession. So we were doing our masters when it was all going off.
It was a bad time in construction.
Yeah, it was bad.
So what I started doing, I was obviously job hunting at the time. Didn't have any idea about going self-employed or anything. And then because everyone was kind of working, all I'd done was like go to the gym because I was putting on a bit of weight and look for jobs. That was like my day-to-day life, Monday to Friday. So as I was going to the gym, I quickly realised, I played football when I was young and this and that, and I could probably do that sort of thing. And I seen someone getting a PT session.
Yeah.
And that was kind of my introduction into coaching, because I remember looking at it going, that guy just doesn't look interested. Like, yeah. I don't even know who the guy is. Yeah. Point him out now. But at the time, this PT just didn't look very interested in this session. The person who was getting the session just didn't look inspired to do any of the exercise. And I was like, I could probably do that job, So I went out and Googled it and spent like half of the $3,500 on the course. A month later, I was qualified. The barriers went so low. Yeah. And then touch, like, by, I don't know, just a stroke of luck, I got a job in David Lloyd, because I had no idea how to get clients. Yeah. But at the time, I don't know whether they still do this, but David Lloyd had all these sort of like courses you could go on. Some were like incentive based, so if you did like good performance, you could go on, and or they sometimes just put you on. Yeah. And I just done every single one of them I could, and learned as much as I could about sales, marketing, coaching, and I'd done that for 10 years. So I kind of done it the opposite way around to yourself. Yeah. In a way. Yeah. And then I got to that point where I started doing this. And what I realised about the whole thing, it's all about relationships. Yeah, 100%. So like the relationships you'd have with people, it's like hugely, hugely important. Whether it's business, life, coaching, whatever. Definitely. And to the point now where one of our core values in the business is meaningful relationships. So we have all like the spreadsheets and all that. Yeah, I'm definitely a spreadsheet queen. Yeah, you've got to do that. Yeah, I'm a numbers girl. yeah. Nothing like an Excel spreadsheet to board the life out of you. So it's, like I'm proper weird, honestly. Give me numbers any day. It's one of them where, like anyone who comes into business now, they're more than a number on a spreadsheet. Well, that's it, yeah. And we say that about the people that work for us. We don't want them to just be a number. They are a valued team member. It's not a tick box exercise. No, definitely not. I absolutely hate and detest anything like that, to be honest. But how have you navigated that? Have you navigated like sort of the world of property and relationships and building the business to enter? I mean, to be honest, we've been quite lucky and fortunate. We've not done much advertising because we've grown quite organically due to the relationships, and it's been... So do you do much like network and stuff like that? I'll be completely honest. I've networked till I'm blue in the face for years, but since I've had this business, I've probably gone on one networking event. We just haven't had time. So we've not networked for this company. Been going for now? So we've been going since November 2024. So we're now going obviously into our second year. We doubled in our size within a year. And because, again, we had... referrals, people have worked with us, the trusted clients, that I've dealt with, especially obviously my business partner Pippa, and that was what we were quite fortunate with, and we want to continue that. We don't want to just we've got marketing plans for this year, but we ultimately want to be known for being the best at what we do, and we try and instill that really. And we didn't go into this just being the same as everybody else, because why would you want to do that? Pippa had worked for a number of companies. I've worked for companies over the years as well. And, we've seen like loads of things, like elements of things. And we're not slating other companies. Everyone does it how they do. But we've almost like took little elements of parts and just gone, this is how we think it should operate. And, it seems to be working well so far. So I love that. Yeah, that's really interesting, that. Because it just seems like, when I think about property, it just seems like such a rigmarole, really. It is, and it isn't really. It's not. It's definitely, like we say, it's not an industry for everybody. There are a lot of changes, like government changing a million things. I suppose it's good the fact that you're actually building it in your own model. Yeah, and it is, and we very much like. Again, going back to like the staff, we don't want them to just be a number. So our staff and training and how they're supported is just as important as how our customers, is respected or, treated. Yeah. If we have people that are abusive or anything like that, we won't tolerate it. And I do think that's quite a fundamental thing a lot of businesses should really think of, because I just think, if you don't have a good team and you're not supporting your team, you're not encouraging your team, my personal opinion is you don't have a business.
So you could sing from the rooftops and, you know, you can do whatever work you want. But if you're not building a good core team and a foundation for a company, you don't have one. So if you don't treat your staff well, or you don't look after them, I just think some businesses, I think, oh. So I think because we've all been there, we've all worked for other people. It's just a case of I'm not having other people feel like that in our company. Definitely. That makes sense.
100%. So, I mean, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, when we've got a small team now, and we're building, and got all these like legislations coming in with like employment law.
Oh, employment law is bonkers. Yeah. All the new changes for next year. Yeah.
But it's not fair on anyone, I don't think.
No.
When I look at it, like I had someone on the podcast talking about it the other day, and I mean, if you look at it from an employer's point of view, if you come along and you apply for a job with me, you don't have to tell me that you're pregnant, but then you can go off the next day. That's crazy. Yeah. But that's not fair on me or you.
No.
Because
exactly.
Because for you, if you're the pregnant lady coming along and you really want the job, but then you got to go off on maternity leave, you're protected, great. But at the same time, like I'm not incentivized to give you the job at that point.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have to tell me. You know what I mean? But on the flip side, it's not fair on me because
companies have got to run, and you know, people have got to. Your company's got to run. You've got to make money to pay staff's wages. So if there aren't elements and parts that are able to run, it is a bit of a difficult one, you know. And ultimately, it's not great if they didn't know or whatever. It's just like you say, you'd still got to fill that temporary role in the interim, haven't you, until they obviously come back off mat leave, and then you've retrained one person and another person, and it is difficult because running a business is not easy. And if anyone tells you that, it's a lie.
Oh yes. It's one of them. Like running a business. I mean, you know, in the main, you would go to you go and work 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, finish 5:30 at night, and you go home, have your tea, go to bed, chill out. When you're a business owner, none of that. I
was going to say, sorry, do you do that now? Because we don't do that. No, it's not real.
Literally never happens.
Yeah.
But the employees don't see that.
No.
And I've had a couple of HR girls on this week, and I mean, brilliant what they do. And they're saying stuff like, you know, you might give your staff like an incentive in the business or a perk in the business.
Yeah. And
then if you take that perk away, they're seen as, oh, what? We're not getting that perk anymore. But what they're not understanding is if we keep paying for that perk, you're not going to have a job next year.
Yeah, that's it. If you, like I say that, if you put 100% in and you're built, you know, you work and you do your job that you paid for, you will be equally rewarded, because I'm 100% behind that. But if you don't and you're not doing your job, and then you're getting customers complain or anything like that, then you're not having money in, then that would pay your wages. And it's that vicious circle. And I just think, I mean, we do have a lot of perks. We have people obviously have to pass probation, and we have a number of things that they do get after, obviously, probation. We've got 6. Yeah, so I
feel like that's a really good sized business, you know.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a nice sized business.
Yeah, we want to grow as much organically as possible. The thing is, with staff, it's very difficult in this industry to get really good qualified people at what they do within block management. You know, so that can be a bit of a struggle. We have got our eye on a few people that we'd like to take on as we grow. You know, and our business model is quite clear of how we want to grow that, so we could sustain the growth. But, so it is. It's good, but I always do believe look after your staff. Because I just think you don't have one if you don't have
everything.
Yeah, they really, really are. And I say we're quite lucky and fortunate to have a good team at the minute, and you know, constantly wanting to. We pride ourselves
on like 3 or 4 real core values. I say 3 or 4 because originally it was 3.
Yeah.
I kind of threw the extra one in lately. Meaningful relationships, like I've said.
Yeah.
Simplicity.
Yeah.
So if a client comes along, or a team member comes along, nothing should be complicated.
Yeah.
So nothing should be complicated for you coming in. Nothing should be complicated for a member of staff coming in.
Yeah.
Anyone coming in, nothing should be complicated about it. Personal ownership's a big one. So sometimes people can do some idiotic things and stupid things and make mistakes, and sometimes people can do shitty things to you, especially in business.
Yeah, oh God, I've had that a few times.
I've met a lot of idiots. But essentially, what we always say is none of that really matters. What matters is how we react to it.
Yeah.
or if we make a mistake, we own it. We don't blame others.
100%.
So one thing you'll never see from us, ever, is us blaming anyone.
Yeah, that's my
pet-hate. You'll never see us. You know, we'll look after ourselves when we need to, but like, you know, personal ownership is massive. And then when we add that extra one onto that now, going the extra mile. Going the extra mile is massive. Like, just over-delivering as much as we possibly can.
Yeah,
like, even
definitely.
Stuff to the point where, like, Poppy thinks I'm mad on reception because I'm constantly saying to her, make sure when people come in, they get a good reception.
Yeah. Oh, no, she was lovely. She really was. Yeah, she was really nice.
She's not even part of the business.
Yeah.
Building,
she's an extended family member of the business.
Yeah, I'm always on to her. Yeah. I'm always watching Poppy. She's watching this Poppy. So that was kind of like, so it's all them little 1% I think add up to a point where you've got a really good culture, really good business, the right people in it. Yeah. And we're kind of really lucky because now we focused on all that stuff. We've got the right clients. Yeah. We work with really good people, really sort of cool people, interesting people, diverse group of people as well. And we got the business that we want.
Yeah, that's it. So and that's amazing, really. It's not like, as you say, you do attract the right people. And I think that's the thing about, like, with the staff, and I'm a great believer of, you know, if some of the team are not happy, or they go, this job's not for us, or I thought it was what it was and it hasn't transpired to be that, I'm a big believer in like I've encouraged people before to move careers. You know, I've managed people years ago in other companies where
people in the right direction, even if it's not your direction, it's the right thing to
exactly. I just think, why would I want them to come in and sit there, hate the job, be miserable? You know, I just don't like people sitting there not doing what they want to do. So
that's really interesting. Do you find yourself using your coaching techniques to help your staff?
Oh God, yeah, definitely. I would say so. I'm definitely the woo-woo one in the office that sings the wrong words to songs as well, but they'll probably be slating me now.
I'm going to send that clip to Andy Head.
Oh God, yeah, Andy were like, what? Yeah. He did actually set me up a task to say loads of Oasis songs during the podcast, and I was like, I don't even know half of the Oasis songs. I'm not an Oasis fan, guys. Sorry to disappoint everybody.
I'm going to get my own back, Andy, when you come on.
Yeah, you'll have to get your own back. So I was like, you could have picked somebody else. Like, I have no idea what Oasis songs are. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know to sing along to some of them, but I wouldn't know half of them if you show me in the face.
Do you know what? Like, that's so. How much property do you look after now?
So we've got now, just over 52 blocks of apartments. We manage up from from London up to Sheffield. So we've got Sheffield, Manchester, Liverpool, London, and like Cheshire way. So yeah, we don't go any further than just Sheffield at the minute. Amazing. Yeah, so quite a lot.
Amazing. And does that vary, like, come across to this side of the country as well?
So
is it like direct line from Sheffield to London, or does it come across to the
no, we do look after stuff in Liverpool. We haven't got nothing on the Wirral yet, but anyone that wants a nice block managing agent on the Wirral, bit of a plug there.
I'll put the feelers on.
Yeah, no, we've got nothing on the Wirral this side at the moment, but we've got a couple of tenders out to different projects and things.
Amazing. So we're coming up to the end of January.
Yeah.
So it's getting a bit late to wish people Happy New Year. Because
no.
I think we had this debate on the podcast the other week.
Go on.
I think probably like the 10th is like probably like the last day
you
can like really say Happy New Year.
Yeah.
After that point, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
But I think after 2 weeks saying Happy New Year to people.
I was still saying it the other day in a meeting, Happy New Year. Even though I say Happy New Year, but it was probably a bit too late to say it. But
me and you were sitting here in a year's time.
Yeah.
And we're having this same podcast.
Yeah.
What would you like to be saying to me?
Oh my goodness. God, that's a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? Maybe talking about my podcast.
When you squeeze the juice out of 2026.
What we've achieved in 2026. Definitely for the business. Definitely, we've forecast to potentially double our numbers in unit size. I would say definitely taken obviously on more staff. We've had more fun days with the staff because we've definitely didn't have as many last year as we wanted because it was all hands on deck and it was very, very busy. I'd say, you know, business going from strength to strength, and then personal goals. Obviously, I want to have my own podcast and definitely want to start painting more. I bought myself an easel. Well, I didn't buy it. I won it in an auction. Well, I still had to pay for it, but I say I won it, which is the auction house next door, but one to our offices. I've never won, not in an auction before. I was just like this online. He's on like the TV as well. So if you ever bid at any in an auction, it's very exciting, but just be careful on the mouse.
We do some work with Rostons out in Cheshire.
Oh, okay.
You know Rostons?
No, but I do love anything antique, so I'll probably...
so they do like land agriculture.
Oh, okay then.
They basically sell land, property.
Oh, so property. Oh, okay then. So no, I probably won't go there. Like, I thought it was antiques. It would.
Massive, right?
Oh, okay.
Just merged with Whittaker and Biggs.
Oh, okay.
And they've got an arm of the business which is auctioneers. So Rod, who I know really well.
Yeah.
And I think his name escapes me, but he's on the Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah.
Come on the podcast.
Oh wow.
It's called JB Auctioneers. Jamie's name is, I think.
Okay.
Cut that bit out if it's wrong. But JB Auctioneers.
Yeah.
So he's like quite well known in the sort of antiques world because he's on the Antiques Roadshow and all that. He presents the Antiques Roadshow.
Oh, okay.
He's an auctioneer. And he came on the podcast and he was so fascinating.
Yeah.
Honest to God, yeah.
Can imagine.
Yeah. But they sell like all sorts of different things, yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds, and it's Alan, I can't remember the full name of it, but yeah, I want to, it's a proper old traditional artist easel.
Like some stuff in your house. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's just...
do you know think about stuff? Have I got anything in my house that I've bought for like 50p that might be worth like 50p?
Yeah, I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, and then I'm in charity shops. I'm like, do you reckon these charity shops don't know if this is worth loads of money? And then, is it going to be worth anything? Should I buy it? Am I going to be on one of them TV shows? She bought it for £1, but it was worth $1 million. Yeah, probably not. I'm pretty sure they know. Although it was in a charity shop.
You see these people going on the Antiques Roadshow though, and they think they're going to get massive money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's worth a tenner.
Yeah.
And the face just drops. And like,
yeah, you're like, okay, sorry. There was one in Wales, actually. It was just before Christmas in this charity shop, and it was like a shoebox type of thing. It was £5, and I'd literally picked it up, and this guy was coming over to get it. I didn't see him, and I was like, oh, should I get it? And I was like, oh, do you know what? It's only £5. And he was like, that's worth a lot more than £5. And I was like, oh. And I did Google it, and I think they're online for £100. So it was like a vintage old. So he was very disappointed. He was one that was shopping for these.
Well, in the business world,
finds.
Where are you going to get a margin like that?
Yeah, that is probably true. Yeah.
You're not going to get a margin.
No.
Like 95%.
No, definitely not.
In any business, really. Unless you've got like just a pure home-based service business.
Yeah, you've got no overheads.
Literally no overheads.
Yeah.
But you look at that and go, you know, if you look at like, you know, car boot sales, garage sales, there's probably like a lot of money to be made and stuff like that.
There is, and there's people on like Instagram and stuff that that's their business, and they do make a lot from it.
Put something on Vinted where they've got to put like a tax on, like,
you've got to declare so much, and I was like, God, can people just not earn a little bit of extra cash? It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, you know, a parent selling a bit of clothes.
Probably a mum who's on maternity leave trying to get rid of some baby clothes or something.
And you're now taxing them on that. Like, you literally can't earn any money. It's absolutely disgusting, to be honest.
Income tax, a funny story, income tax actually was made after the First World War as a way a means
to rebuild
the country. Temporary income tax.
Temporary.
Now you get taxed on tax.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
I was thinking about this with the business, like if I pay you 500 quid for something, and then you pay me 500 quid for something, we pay tax until the point where there's no more money left.
Basically, that's the thing with the I mean, you know, tax is tax, but unfortunately, you're double taxed on a lot of the income, and people don't realise that.
Cash, aren't they? Because if I pay you 500 quid in cash, and then you pay me that 500 quid back in cash, it stays 500 quid. Yeah,
the same money gets taxed twice. So, like when we, you know, without going into the nitty gritties of it, but it is bonkers that when we as a business have paid tax on it, we are then taxed on the same money again. So, like, you know, when you earn £1, you probably earn 20 pence. That's the most bonkers thing. And that's why, obviously, everyone's fleeing to Dubai, because it's tax-free and everything else. So I don't blame people for doing that.
Yeah.
And I do think that...
Same with charities as well. If you donate £10 to a charity, there's probably like 25p that gets the actual...
Yeah, that's why I'm very sort of selective of where I put... We sponsor like football teams and stuff like that.
Who are based in Bootle, they presented us with like the stats of like what it actually is.
Yeah.
And they said, like, you know, some of it is just shocking. Like the amount. There is some bad practice in charities
themselves. Oh, gotcha, yeah. Some charities are businesses. They're not actually charities.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, though, a charity, according to Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, it is, by all intents and purposes, it is a business.
Yeah.
So even though, but it's a business, but it's with all the extra stuff where they've got to make their own money and they've got to fundraise and crowdfund and all that.
Yeah.
It's fucking bonkers.
It is madness. I mean, some big charities, I always remember an ex-partner of mine saying that, like some of them are on 6-figure salaries and what's the justification in, and they don't actually do anything.
Yeah, well, there was that whole big thing about Zoe's Place. Do you know
I do know Zoe's Place,
so Zoe's Place, the Liverpool one, was going to shut down.
I think I've seen this,
and they fundraised £4 million in about 6 weeks to keep it open. But they advertised that as a hospice. Now, technically, it's not a hospice. But the other Zoe's Places around the country, so they made it seem it wasn't Zoe's Place. Yeah. But like how it was portrayed was this. It's being really hard done by. It's going out of business, and if you don't get the money, it's going to have to shut down. And it's a hospice. It's where the poorly kids go and stuff. And Zoe's Place overall is a hospice, but that particular one wasn't a hospice. Oh, right, and you've got to ask the question: why was it in the shit in the first place?
Yeah.
And it's because loads of money being taken out of it.
Wow.
And it was just. Yeah. It was great that it stayed open and it's a great cause and everything. But you got to ask yourself, is there some shady dealings?
I definitely think people need to ask more questions about lots of things, like that, where is your money going and stuff, and don't just take things as read.
We're going to be in a nice position realistically with our businesses financially over the coming years. Yeah, where we're probably going to make a good bit of money personally. Yeah. So you look at it and go, if I make a bit of extra money, I want to donate it to a charity. I'm going to really do my due diligence on where that money's actually going to go.
100%. Yeah.
I'm not just going to just throw it at someone and fly someone's pockets.
No, you can't. And I always said if I ever won the lottery, I'd know exactly what to do with it. And I probably would set up charities, but the right way around.
Do you know what? I think everyone asks that question if you won the lottery. If you did win the lottery, you always say, I wouldn't make the same mistakes as everyone else, but realistically, you might.
I think you've got to make mistakes.
If someone just plonks 20 million quid in your lap. Yeah. For no reason.
Yeah. That would be nice.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. But I wouldn't have a fucking clue what to do with it.
Oh, I definitely think I'd have a structure of what I would want to do with it, yeah, for sure. Because my mission was always to make money.
Would you do something different than what you're doing now?
Yeah.
Or would you do what you're doing now, but on a bigger scale?
I'd probably still have the property business, put a bit in, like that, and make that more of a stronger hold within that market. And then, I would probably do a lot more, can I ever say that word?
Be a philanthropist.
Yes, that's always been my dream, really. So, have you heard of Simon Pegg? Yeah. That's what I'd love to do. So I'd love to just do what he does. So I would literally be looking for businesses, people that need investment, really encouraging people to really do what they want to do. I'd have charities. So there'd be multiple areas where basically it would be going out to communities, supporting people. Yeah. Especially the younger youth and the people of the age gap. So there's a lot of people which I don't know people are aware of, and some people may be. When you're in care, you're sort of not really looked after. And sort of when you get to sort of 16, 17, you're almost told to fend for yourself. And there's a small bracket of people that are just sort of not really looked after. You're being in the care system. And then, you're sort of told, go and fend for yourself. These people have got, issues from childhood. Some of them might have issues with drugs or alcohol. They're not really supported. So I just think there's that people need nurturing, support and help. So I'd probably do something around that age bracket for that sort of sector.
Such a nice thing, though.
Yeah, so I definitely would have that 20 million spent, I'm telling you. Not on what everyone would think I would have it. I'd definitely buy myself a house in Italy. That would probably be the only selfless thing I'd do.
Do you know what? It's if you were the anomaly that won the lottery and you got all that money. Yeah. As I was saying to you before the podcast, I'm so happy in what I'm doing, and I've never worked as hard, and I'm really passionate about it, and I feel like it really helps people and businesses, and all the people we work with get great value out of it. So I think you would do the whole buy a house abroad and travel the world a few times, But after all that's done, I think I will come back to doing this because I love it so much.
Yeah.
And I just do it on a bigger scale. But I think back to myself, like we were talking about sort of ambition. What's the line where that ambition runs out and you fulfilled it? And I'm not there yet, so I don't know where that line is. And I think it probably will be different for everyone. But I think back to myself when I was like 23, 24, and I was like really, really ambitious. And I look at the country now and it's like, I've got 2 boys and, you know, what incentive is there really at, 16, 17, 20, 21, even 25 to really go out there and give it a go yourself? When you got, because straight away, like as soon as we moved into this business, straight away I had like 4 lessons in a week, £1,000 here, £1,200 there, £500 there. What's this for?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, what incentive is there in the country now to actually go out and chase your dreams? And
it is a hard one, isn't it? Because the country at the moment and the way the economics is, there is no drive or incentive, and it's almost like, without getting too sort of going into the politics side, I just don't feel like the current government is trying to encourage the country to grow and for companies to thrive. I just feel like
you can't incentivize people not to contribute, and incentivize and then de-incentivize the people who are trying to give it a go and kick on and make it happen.
And that's it. And like, we employ people, we're trying to make a living ourselves and encourage and build a business to employ people. And like, I think it was, again, Simon Pegg who said, incentivize the smaller businesses and then, give them, obviously, we're not saying we don't pay tax, we do, but then encourage them to build these companies. And when they are making all of the money, then that's when they need to pay their fair share of the tax. But literally, small businesses are getting squashed and squashed and squashed to the point where they're closing because they can't sustain the wage bill, the products or whatever it is. If it's a service business, everything is just going up to the level where it's like, where's the line here? Yeah. Like, I went to Italy recently, and that's why I mentioned it, because I love it. The cost of things there compared to here is just, we are now on the price of what London was. We all used to know the north-south divide. We're exactly the same price as London. There is no north-south divide. Don't get me wrong, there's some expensive places in London, as there is in Liverpool.
Well, they just say that there's, the UK generally is like a poor country attached to a rich city. That's what they used to say.
Yeah. And like now, like you can go out and to have a meal in Liverpool. We've been to some places in London and spent less in like a 5-star London than we have done up here in Liverpool. It is absolutely mental. And I just think, when's it going to give? Are we going to have a crash again like we did in 2008, wasn't it, 2007? Who knows? I mean, there's always talk about the property going down, prices, market stalling at the minute. I try not to pay too much attention to the noise. So I just say to people, if you've got a dream or an ambition you want to do, I know there's all this politics, there's always going to be taxes, always going to be these things, but don't let that stop you from following what you actually want to do. And, some people might go and do it in a different country, or they may stay here, but it is difficult to say, as you say, where is the incentive for the kids to stay? And I would hope that there are a lot of people that will still stay in the country, because we are losing a lot of people.
Young kids who, even up to like the age of like 20, 21.
Yeah.
Even now, like I look up to people now who I admire and respect.
Yeah.
And if I want to be a role model to someone, and they're looking at someone like me who's going to build a business and do something good, like if I just leave the country, it's shit. I'm like, right, okay, I'd be best off going and living in Cyprus for 6 months, or 6 years, whatever, and come back. Like, if them role models are literally leaving the country, going, I've got enough money that I don't need to be here. If you're disincentivizing people like that, I don't know.
It's just a downward spiral, isn't it? And I just think, I do think there's a lot of negative news. I don't really watch the news as in like on mainstream TV. I don't watch mainstream TV. You see bits and things.
Out of curiosity, where do you get like your sort of fix from? Like your sort of, is it YouTube? Is it Netflix?
I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Yeah, I do watch more YouTube.
It's funny, because I think we're probably like the last age group. We're roughly the same age. Like, we're probably like the last age group where we, like, younger than us, we grew up without social media.
Yeah.
And we've grew up with social media.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Now, our kids, I don't know if you've got kids, but my kids will grow up never not having social media. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they won't know a life without social media.
Yeah, it's weird, crazy.
Yeah. So you like TV kill a radio star, YouTube's killing
I love that song,
YouTube's killing the TV star.
Well, it is, isn't it? That's the irony of it. It's absolutely crazy.
Like, I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because you look at like reality TV stars or even the likes of Anton Deck.
Yeah.
People like that. They might get 1 million views on The Average Night of I'm a Celeb or Strictly or whatever show that doing Traces is the new one in it.
Again, don't watch it.
I don't.
I don't watch anything.
What these people who are getting famous traditionally on TV are realising is they don't need to go into big contracts with big television companies.
Yeah.
They don't need to. They can own all their own media. They can go onto YouTube for free.
Yeah.
Build a massive audience.
Yeah.
And say Anton Next starts a podcast on YouTube. I guarantee that get more views on YouTube than it does than it does on TV. 100%.
Yeah. Do you think, a question then, do you think there'll be a TV channels, 1, 2, 3 and 4?
This might be controversial, but I think that I think that what will happen is the likes of, I think YouTube or Netflix, one of the two, will probably end up eating up the traditional TV channels.
Yeah.
I think BBC will disband in some form, so you won't pay the
TV license
and all that. And I think it will go to like a subscription model, and they'll be within the subscription model. I think that's what will probably happen. And then YouTube, because it's so big now.
Yeah.
Like my little lad's 5, and he loves YouTube. He doesn't ask about TV.
No.
But he loves YouTube.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it's just a new way of consuming. I don't think anyone can fight it, really.
Isn't it like the number, hasn't it already taken over the news feeds? Yeah. So isn't that like the number one news feed over the actual news channel like BBC?
Think about it, right? Yeah. So people don't go to the BBC now to get the news.
No.
So when we were young, we watched the 10 o'clock news.
Oh yeah, everyone did,
or the 6 o'clock news.
Yeah.
I was actually on BBC News the other week.
Oh, was you? Oh, goodness. I won't comment on that.
Not for any, not for any bad reason or anything. But yeah, like, I mean, YouTube is fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's pushing, you know, you can literally find whatever you want to consume at whatever time of day.
Yeah.
For free, essentially.
Yeah.
So what's the incentive to watch the telly?
It's not.
What it comes down to is good content.
Yeah, I think it's good content. People are a lot more engaged.
So I think if the content is good enough, people will watch it.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Yeah.
So like our whole thing is good content finds a home, and good content will find a home. So, for example, if you made a podcast, there is an audience for it.
Yeah.
So a lot of the the sort of obstacles people overcome when you start a podcast, for example, is to go, well, I've got no audience. No one's going to watch it. Well, maybe not at the start.
Yeah.
maybe you might get like your mum or like your dad or your sister or your brother or something watching it on the first one. But you like over time it will find a home. Yeah. And there's people out there on the end of it that will watch it and will be helped by it. Yeah. And will be inspired. And then you will start building a following. Yeah. Are you going to be the next friggin' Joe Rogan or Mel Robbins or whatever?
Yeah. Both Mel.
Maybe not. But it's an opportunity for all of us to create our own channel. Yeah. And people can tune into that channel.
That's it. Yeah, you know definitely, 100%.
So in theory, when we pay for Sky every month, which is another thing.
Sky, yeah. I don't have Sky either, sorry. I'm going to sound like a bright weirdo, aren't I? Yeah, I don't watch TV. I also don't own a microwave, and I definitely didn't own an air fryer up until Christmas just gone, which people find strange.
Air fryer?
No air fryer, yeah. So no microwave, no air fryer.
So the air fryer is like the number one thing we use in our house, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it's a no from me.
It's one of them where I think, you know, when you watch Sky, you get, 500 channels or something, and you go through it all, and you probably watch maximum 3 of the channels or 4 of the channels. Yeah,
I think it's the mad thing though. I think there's a lot of overconsumption. So like, I think a lot of things is there's so much content out there. A lot of people's brains are just like, with what they're taking in.
Think, like, I've got no divine right to demand your attention.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, you're a busy woman, you run a business, and you do a coaching thing on the side, and you're busy, and a lot of your time is taken up, and it's stressful and it's hard work, and you're going to get home and you're going to chill out for that 1 hour a day that you've got to yourself.
Yeah, with a cup of tea.
With a cup of tea and get in the bath or whatever, or go to sleep. What right have I got to demand that attention onto my video?
Yeah.
You've got to watch my podcast.
Yeah.
But if the content is good enough and it's targeted right and it's positioned right, you will watch it.
Well, you will. And I do think, like you say, there's content out there for everybody. There's something out there for everyone. It's not like I say, you're not everyone's cup of tea. So, you know, you're not going to appeal to absolutely everyone. And again, you don't want to be, because the worst thing you can do is try and people please everyone.
If you look at someone really extreme, like Donald Trump, or Andrew Tate, or these polarizing figures in the world, people either absolutely hate them or absolutely love them. Yeah,
like Marmite.
But there's no middle ground. There's no grey area. There's no one who's like, oh, he's all right. I don't mind him. I can take or leave him. They either fucking hate that guy or fucking love that guy. Yeah. And there's no in the middle.
Yeah.
But it's kind of where you want to be.
Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? I think as long as...
maybe not on that extreme level. But
yeah, I think as long as you stay true to your values and your morals and you've got integrity, you know, that's what you want to be, isn't it, really, ultimately? 100%. They're both, as you say, they're definitely a lover or a hater, aren't they? You've got the supporters on both sides of the team, which is a funny one.
For years, and you see it in sports, and you see it in, you know, reality TV.
Yeah.
It's like, I fucking hate that girl, or I love that girl, or there's not. And I could talk to you, like, probably all day about this.
Yeah.
But I won't keep you too much longer. If someone wants to get in contact with yourself, whether it's with property or coaching, where's the best place to find you?
Yeah, so basically, I'm on Instagram. The business for the property is on, we've got a website. Do you want me to say the website? So it's www.carrickandreed.co.uk. You can find all our details on there. And I say my name is on Instagram. You can find myself on Instagram. Lovely. Couldn't get my words out there then. So that's probably all there.
Well, I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Really looking forward to doing this podcast, producing it, getting it out there, showcasing it to the world, getting on your Instagram.
The podcast before the podcast.
Maybe that's what you could call your podcast, the podcast before the podcast.
That's true.
Yeah, thanks so much. Appreciate your time. We are done.
Fabulous. Great. Thank you.